What's going on, family? Welcome back to the Make a Buck with a Truck podcast. Hey, today we have Miss Latrice Franklin. She's gonna save your life.
Yes.
Yes. She's from LF Mobile.
Yeah. LF Mobile Life Saving Courses.
Yeah, LF Mobile Life Saving Courses. So, as truckers, most people don't know that we are required to stop in case of an accident. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to know what you're doing if you have to stop and save somebody's life.
Yes.
All right. So we have Miss Latrice here to explain to us what she can do to help us out.
So what I can do to help out in the event that you stop, not when, but in the event that you stop, to be able to recognize when there is a distress of someone in need of services, to be able to alert the appropriate emergency response teams, and then to interact. It's one thing to pull over and interact versus just pulling over and you're just waiting. So now two of y'all gonna end up needing some help because you done got ran over waiting.
Exactly.
So to be able to recognize the scene is safe, to be able to contact 911, to check for responsiveness and start those life-saving skills, which would be CPR with compressions, ventilations, using an AED, providing first aid. So all of those things would be necessary for truckers and just people in general.
Right. Okay. So we were having a conversation earlier, and I was telling her that truckers are required to stop. She mentioned something that I think most of us need to know, and it's the reason why we really don't stop. Go ahead and just tell them about it.
So many people, whether it's truckers, lay people, or even clinical background people, may be hesitant to stop because of the L word. Most people are fearful of being sued with lawsuits because you have attempted to help. Well, there is a Good Samaritan law out there in place in many states for a reason, to protect you in case you do intervene, that you're doing it out of kindness, you're responding to an emergency, you're not trying to cause harm. So those Good Samaritan laws will protect you. That's what they're in place for.
Right.
So in the event you do compressions and break a rib where you didn't intentionally do it, as we age, our bones get more and more brittle, and the force that you push may cause broken ribs. So those Good Samaritan laws are there in place to protect you.
Okay. So, is it just CPR that you provide?
No, I do from basic to advanced training, which could be first aid training, CPR, how to use the AED, EpiPens, naloxone. You hear a lot about opioid overdoses, so we do that training, as well as advanced training, which a lot of your nurses and doctors may take, how to relieve choking. So we do a whole lot of different training.
Right. So not only does the services that she provides for you, not only does it help you if you're out on the road and you run up on an incident, or you're in a restaurant, it can help you at home.
Every day.
I mean, just think about it. If your child is there, you're at home on the weekend or whenever you're at home, and your child is there, you're eating dinner and they start to choke. You know what to do. You know how to handle that situation. So I really like that she's providing the services for us as truckers, and for us to have an opportunity to be able to get certified in some of these things that we really need to know in life. Also, I think one of the things that I want to say, so how long does the certification last?
So your certification is good for 2 years.
Okay.
It's certified through the American Heart Association. So if there's a group in the world that anybody has heard of, they have heard of American Heart Association. Yes. It's a real live certification that you get sent to you via email, and it's good for 2 years for you to renew it. And when you renew it, there's updates. So therefore, you'll still go through the same training that you may have had, but there may be updates that you would get each 2 years.
Because I remember when I was in the military and they taught us CPR, and we had to go through like the CPR courses. We used to have to do breathe in people's mouths.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? When I worked for the state, we had to do the dummy. So now.
So that was something I was going to say. I had two things to make sure I mentioned, where we're living, unfortunately, in the world of COVID. Coronavirus is live and in living color. She has not gone away. But that's one of those things that people are concerned. When you think about CPR, people think, oh, I got to put my mouth on somebody, so I'm not doing CPR. Well, it is compressions, ventilations, and using the AED. So if it was reasonably something that you could skip, it would be the breathing part.
Right.
When you think about the purposes of CPR, blowing in somebody's mouth is not going to start the heart back.
No.
Blowing in their mouth is not going to circulate their blood. But you pushing will circulate the blood, and the quicker you can maybe jump start it with an AED, the circulation will start.
Right.
So if you could skip something, it would be that, because we don't want to go out there and be putting our mouth on Uncle Buddy third removed on aisle 8 at Kroger that we don't know.
That's true.
Because with COVID, if he unresponsive, He can't tell you he's COVID positive.
Right. That's
so
true.
just to be mindful of that, it's called hands-only CPR. So
Okay.
you can actually call 911, start the compressions, keep compressing until emergency services arrive, and not ever have to put your mouth on somebody.
That is so good.
So there's an
That is
option.
so
You
good,
can, if it's somebody you're comfortable with, your loved one, someone you live in the house with, your children, sure. Do mouth to mouth, but like I said, Uncle Buddy over here, third removed on aisle 8. Yeah, we're gonna do those compressions.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So you heard it from the professional guy.
Right.
You do not have to put your mouth on the people, but help
Do not.
them. If you see somebody out there, help them. You know, be more than willing to help them. And if you don't know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, you need to make sure you go see Miss Latrice
Yes.
so she can hook you up and teach you what to do. Okay. Not only does she do that, a lot of truck drivers are married to CNAs, nurses, certified surgical technicians,
Beautician.
whatever the beauticians. She has scrub business.
Yes.
Tell them about it.
So the Scrub Cafe Network, and I named it that for a reason. We offer scrub uniforms and all the accessories, be that compression socks. You all are on the road at line. Compression socks may be a good benefit as well to help with your circulation. But scrub uniforms, the jackets, the socks, the scissors, all of those things. We have a networking space inside of the area. It's large enough, and then our classroom is in the back. So we are networking under that whole umbrella of the Scrub Cafe because we can offer so many different services in there.
Right, and she was telling me that like a lot of people are brand hunters. She has different brands of scrubs. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So with scrub uniforms, no matter what your discipline is or your work background, people like certain names. If you throw out the word Cherokee, anybody that wears scrubs know what that is, and I have those. I have Cherokee, I have Dickies, Megatour, I have Maven, I have Natural Uniforms, and even my own brand, Scrub Cafe Network, has styles in there. We have 7 styles of scrubs, jacket, as well as a vest.
Oh, that's good. So you have your own brand. That's great. That is so good.
As well as the custom first aid kits. I don't know if I showed it to you back there, but we have first aid kits. We have the face masks, the mouth shields. We have all of that stuff in the store.
Right. Okay.
So this store would totally separate from going to other similar scrub uniform stores. They're not going to offer you CPR training. They're not likely to have the first aid kits or some of those things. Or definitely won't have a networking space. So we're kind of set outside of what the normal is because, you know, we live in different times where you want to have a one-stop shop.
Right. And I do know that, like, if you think about it, medical professionals, they have to do CEUs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this could be part of your continuing education to come check her out, you know, to be able to get recertified. And you buy your scrubs all at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. And what my goal is, since we're fairly newly open, I've been doing the CPR training. Oh, you mentioned military. I'm 22 years, Army.
Hey, Army,
captain.
say that.
Go Army. But I've been training for a long time. Been doing that for years and years. The uniform store just opened in July, so I want to make sure I said that it's a beautiful place, not just because I own it, but it is. It's a very nice area, very beautiful inside. We take care of you literally from head to toe.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, great. Hey, Miss Latrice, thank you so very much for agreeing to interview with me.
Yes, my
hey,
pleasure.
Wonderful lady, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful aura. She's a good person. Hey, she can teach you what you need to know. And fellow veteran, who can beat it. Thank you.
Military discount.
There you go, military discount. Hey, there it
So I'm
is.
gonna tell you about some more discounts. So because we did just open in July, the scrub part, you come with your badge, whether you are a medical professional, veterinarian, pharmacist, whoever, from A to Z, bring your badge, you get 10% off, and of course military will always get a discount on uniforms as well as CPR training.
Okay, great. So thank you very much.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. Bless you and make a buck with the truck, guys.